welcome to Chinwag with the Horsemen. I'm Andrew.
I'm Avery.
I'm James.
And I'm Casey.
We're glad you're joining us this evening, wherever you get your, or whatever time it is you're listening to this. Wherever you get your podcasts, we're available wherever you can get most podcasts, I think. I don't know, James will know more about where we're distributed, but I know we're on Spotify, I know we're on Pandora, I know we're all over.
Apple.
We're everywhere.
Worldwide. Every platform.
Every
place you can find Horsemen, Chinwag with Horsemen.
That's right. That's true. And speaking of some of those places, let's discuss that a little bit. Hey Barry, you're up, man. If the people want to email us, where would they do that at?
Chinwag with the Horsemen at gmail.com.
So close. So close.
James,
So close.
You want to pick that one up?
Oh, no, it's Chinwag Horse.
All right, Avery. All right, time out, Avery. It's Chinwag with Horsemen at gmail.com.
I keep wanting to make it more fancy.
You made the email.
We're adding the
That's
duh.
the funniest part of this.
I can't get into it, so I don't know what it is.
Hey Barry, if the folks want to reach us by email, how would they do that?
I don't know.
James, if the folks want to reach us by email, how would they do that?
Again, it is Chinwag with Horsemen at gmail.com.
All right. Casey, if the folks want to tweet at us, we're on the Twitter machine. How would they tweet at us?
I believe it's Chinwag Horseman on the Twitter machine.
That's right.
Yes.
You can tweet at us. Avery's the only one that has access to that, but I'm not sure to what extent he gets it. Avery, now we're a podcast, but we're also a visual medium. We're on the YouTubes. If the folks want to reach us on YouTube, Avery, how would they find us?
Just type in some funny letters and you will be there.
What letters would you suggest?
I would start with a C, and then an H, and then I, and then N.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a wag.
Yeah.
And then there's a with.
Yeah.
And then there's horsemen.
Uh-huh. And there's a V in there, too, on this one. But it doesn't matter. My guess is if you put Chinwag with Horsemen, we'll come up. You should be able to find us.
Just put some funny letters in, and if you find some funny people,
Type in awesome podcast #1.
Yeah.
Search.
It should be the first result, I think.
Then you might get to those two crazy twin brothers that is randomly does podcasts.
Or Jim Cornette.
I don't know what the podcast is named.
Father James E. Cornette, as we know him. He's a fun listen, but
Well, I was thinking about the Kelsey's brothers.
I don't believe I know those gentlemen.
You're just making people up every.
They are hilarious.
So,
They are
it's kind of an
hilarious.
auspicious day in Horseman history. Today is Casey's 10th wedding anniversary.
10 years.
Ooh, you should look more happy than that.
I am happy. So, she's put up with me for 10 years. God bless her.
Is it appropriate if I put the picture up that we've been?
Oh yeah, you can put that picture up.
All right. So for the
You
folks
can't-
on YouTube,
Yeah,
this
the
is a
YouTube.
photo of the Horseman and Casey's dad and his brother-in-law at their wedding. I'm going to put it up just here. This is our candid laugh photo. You can see Avery's hands on hips in a sassy fashion.
James is doing the legit laugh there, like that.
That's right. No one candid laughs better than James, I'll tell you that. And my face is naked. And Casey has a little bit more hair than he used to. Or than he does now. Not
Not
much. As one
Well,
of Casey's children
James
pointed
has
out.
more hair in that
James
photo.
definitely has more hair in the photo.
I do.
Let's get a close-up right there.
That's
Hair.
many, many years ago.
That's 10 years ago.
Before I started, saving money.
I look about the same.
Avery, you do look about the same. Almost exactly the same.
I mean, he still puts his hands on his hips.
AJ
nice and
does not
sassy.
age.
Avery's still very sassy. One of the highlights of that day. Casey, how many do you want us to tell wedding stories?
You can. You can.
I think that day. I'm just going to throw this out there. That day was a very warm wedding.
It was hot.
It was in July,
was
of
hot.
course.
Yeah. Late July in Tennessee. It's not.
Yeah, I might have had
pretty.
some jet lag.
Yeah, Avery flew from New York, right?
Yeah,
World
went
travel.
from in the day of the rehearsal wedding that I missed. I went from New York to Cincinnati to Asheville, then drove to the wedding venue and missed the rehearsal wedding.
It's all right. We got through.
So I knew nothing I was doing.
Avery, you were the star of the show.
So my favorite memory from Casey's wedding day is it's definitely when Casey called to confirm his honeymoon. What do you call
Cabin.
it? Reservation.
They're snuggling.
I wasn't gonna tell it. Casey's dad. I thought Casey's dad's gut was gonna explode. He was laughing so hard. It was so funny. It was the funniest thing.
I couldn't escape to confirm that away from you guys.
No, and he tried to be so quiet.
They were like, "What's the name of this
I'm calling it about.
that you rented?"
Casey went, bear snuggling.
They're snuggling.
Oh man. Casey's dad laughed and laughed. When you get Casey's dad to laugh like that, it's a good day. That's really so.
That's a
fun.
great day.
You do that kind of laughing too. I don't know.
Yeah,
you're
but it's not as much fun when I do it. It's a lot more fun when you're down.
Oh, man.
Good time.
We did like for Casey's wedding. We did have a lot of fun in the hours leading up
Yeah,
to
we
it.
did.
In the sense, we learned that I wore a very big coat.
Oh yeah, we put Avery's coat on
And-
Casey.
It was like dragging the ground.
Yeah, it looked like a judge's robe.
It really did.
And I put Casey's coat on. Somehow Casey's coat did not rip
That's a
when I put it
miracle.
on.
Yeah, it was a big
Which was
miracle
real
there.
nice.
We sent a picture to Casey's soon-to-be bride, and we were like, "There's a problem with Casey's jacket," and she said, "Don't even joke."
She was not feeling it that day.
No,
Yeah,
she
we're
was
like,
not.
"All right, no
No more
making
jokes.
fun of her."
Yeah. We were well behaved from then on. But oh man, well, happy anniversary, Casey.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
happy
it.
anniversary.
I'm
Thanks.
sure
Happy anniversary, Casey.
I'm sure that what
Thank you, guys.
Avery, what did you call the listeners? The weasels?
Uh,
I'm sure
No,
the weasel community wishes you a very happy anniversary.
we need a cool name for our listeners, like
We
the
do.
Wags. I don't
The
know.
wags. I don't
The
hate that.
wags.
The Wags.
Better than the chins.
I don't know. That sounds like the Wiggles.
So how about this?
We are not a
How
kids
about
show.
this? People can email us at Chinwag with Horsemen or comment on the YouTube video on what the avid fan base wants to be called.
That's right.
I mean, it's high time they have a name.
Our legions of fans. We need to name them
That's-
something.
That's
Yeah,
what it
we
is.
are at a listing of 806
So
downloads.
there's at least 20 of you.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So we'd like to. That's a good idea, James. We'll pick the best one out of them. If we don't get any, you're going to be called the Wags.
What you Wags doing tonight?
You're going to be called.
Yeah, Avery. Avery, I don't think we can let you pick if you can't even get it out without laughing. That sounds like an off-air suggestion.
I kind of want to
You're
know
going
what
to be the Dolphins.
But anyway, so in lieu,
Oh, hey, wait. I do want to point
Okay.
something out and call back to a episode called the daily history of the holodeck.
okay, good.
I don't know if you or James saw the Instagram I sent about a guy dressed up in a Star Trek outfit standing in a room asking for 80-foot tall 2 actresses. And he went through a whole thing about it. And right when he got done with saying all the stuff, another guy comes in and goes, "Captain, we don't have a holodeck." And he's like, "Just wait, it's coming."
I didn't see that, and I'll tell you why. James, you can back me up.
No, Andrew, no.
Avery sends 400 million Instagram reels a day. And
I mean, it's like that's his job.
And they all are funny.
They're all great though.
They are all great, but I just can't watch them all, so I miss some of them.
Yeah.
We could have a whole reel series on Andrew's
And
the holodeck.
Let's not, though.
I'm just gonna say, Andrew, that one came in yesterday, and that was like the fifth one I sent.
Hey, Barry, I'm telling you, I'm going to put a daily limit. You can send 3 a day from now on, and I'll watch those 3. But any more than that,
I'm just gonna stop sending them.
I don't want to see them.
I'm just gonna stop. Yep, they're gonna go away.
Oh man,
they're gonna just get done.
80 a day is all I'm asking.
Not you already scored me. It's
I get on Instagram, and I always have the little message up there, and I click on it, and it's from Aberry, and it just says like 4+, and I click on it, and it's like 16, and I sit there and try to go through them. I mean, there's some really funny ones that he sends.
But here's the thing: when I'm looking at them, I'm on the pod.
Yeah,
and I don't have that kind of time. That's right.
Your legs will go to sleep.
Hey Barry, I want you to keep sending them, but I want you to send 3 a day.
3?
Nah, it's done.
Yes.
It's done.
Just pick the best ones you can find and send them.
It's done. It's over. My feelings are hurt now.
Your feelings should not be hurt.
Oh,
I love you. You know it. So
I have feelings, but now I don't no more.
Okay.
Oh well.
You just crushed him.
Okay. So in lieu of the Horseman mailbag and in lieu of the Boo Bear question of the week, I've had 2 occurrences happen that I thought were funny, and I haven't told the guys yet. I wanted to get their genuine reactions to these stories. So, all right, guys, you get a choice of which one to hear first: haircut or air conditioning.
Are we voting?
Yeah.
I'll go first. Haircut.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested about a haircut because usually when you come on, you're not wearing the hat. You usually put the hat on right before we record. So I'm going haircut.
Hey, Barry.
I know how much you love your hair.
Well,
So.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. I gonna go haircut because unless Andrew's now paying somebody for haircuts, it's his sister doing them. So
That has been for years.
That's a good point. So, okay. Yes, my sister went to cosmetology school and she's cut my hair for like 15 years. But she has 3 kids and it's getting harder, to get up with her to get a haircut. So I went to a barbershop in close to the apartment. And it's a barbershop that I had noticed before. It's right next to Bellagio. It's not been there long, so
clips?
Yeah, I knew Avery would know it, but James and Casey, you probably wouldn't have because it's not been there too long.
Yeah, because I go there.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No kidding. Well, so when you see it, it looks like it's like leather seats, and they've got World War II stuff on the walls.
It's very manly.
Very manly. So I was like, this is definitely the barbershop I'm going to. So when I go, it's 3 women older than my mother, somewhere between my mom's age and like my age, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and the lady goes, "Can I help you? Like, why would I be walking in?" So my first thought was, "Yeah, I'd like a ribeye, please." What do you think I'm here for? So I said, "Can I get a haircut?" So she sat me down and she's cut my hair. Now the way my sister would do it is she would use the clipper on the sides and trim the top of my hair with shears. But this woman just went like all over.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, it looks good. It's not styled. I don't have any pomade in it, but it looks good. Whatever. So my glasses are off.
Wait, hold on. Can I ask you a
Yes.
question? What did this woman look like?
I don't know. I can't give a good accurate description. But I had.
Was she short?
I mean, she wasn't.
Glasses?
No, she wasn't wearing.
And was she the first chair on the
Mine was
right?
on the left. First on the left.
So that's not
Okay, I
Avery's.
haven't
That's
met
not
that
Avery's
one yet.
stylist.
No. So-
No, I have done two, and I can tell you a story on
Okay,
one.
hang on. So I've got my glasses off, right, and I can't see anything without I can't see anything. So I'm assuming she's doing a good job, whatever. Well, before I can say, don't do that, or before I can say, hang on a minute, she takes those clippers and runs right across my eyebrow. I said, what?
Oh,
I said, what are you doing? She said, and I told her, my sister cuts my hair, and she said, oh, your sister doesn't do that. I said, I've never given her the chance to. No.
Too
She
late.
said, yeah.
There you go.
She said, well, they looked a little bushy. So then she went and got the other one. Just like that. So that was my haircut. I had my eyebrows done. I'm gonna tell you
Nice.
something. You tell a bunch of football coaches about that, and they will make fun of you forever. That's what I want.
Oh yeah.
but yeah.
I really hope your new nickname is Eyebrows.
What's up, eyebrows?
Not so far, but it's
Hey,
we've been
eyebrows!
on a dead week. So I'm hoping that
Oh, I
that's
can-
about it.
I can probably send some text messages, and your new nickname will be Eyebrows.
I don't think that's necessary. But
Hey, eyebrows!
hey, Barry, what's your
What are you doing?
What's your Clippers story?
So the first time I went with my girlfriend, and the woman did a great job. Was nice. Did not give me razor bun. Nothing. Went back to get my haircut again.
How was the waxing?
No, they didn't do waxing.
You didn't get a Brazilian.
No,
You didn't get the landing strip.
no. So the next time I went, the one that did the first time wasn't there. I was like, okay, one of the other ones can do it. Sadly to say, I got the woman that is 4 foot nothing, and she's like, "Come on, sit down. I will get going." Well, I sat down. I'm taller than her while I'm sitting. She lowers the seat all the way down. I'm still taller than her. I'm now have slid down the seat when my butt is off the seat and my low back's on the seat. So she can cut my hair, and she goes, "You look very uncomfortable." I was like, "I am." So she said, "Why don't you get up and let me remove my seat additive?" What she means by her seat additive was she took the cushion off the seat. So I had no cushion on the seat.
Man.
So you're just sitting on wood.
You
And
should have just
so
save some time.
well, so she gets done, and it's fine. About a day and a half, my neck is on fire for some reason. It took me a moment to learn that she gave me razor bun with clippers, and my whole neck was on fire for that whole weekend.
That's no kind of fun.
Let's
Man.
just say I haven't gone back.
I think I will go back. Although they charged me $5 to do my beard. They charged me that separately. Now they did have to trim a lot off.
It's
it was getting kind of massive. But
Before you move on,
what is it? It's like $30.
what did you say?
I got one.
Hold
Before
on.
you move on to your next story, when Avery's done, I've got a haircut story too.
Well, it's like $30 for beard and hair. Because I paid with
Yeah, I did
40.
too.
So
They did a good job.
yeah, they do a good job. I just won't use her.
From now on, you just go in and get on your knees and
Yeah.
Floor.
hands on your head like that, arrest style, and go from there.
Go
Casey,
from
I
there.
can't wait to hear your haircutting story.
Cut around my
When was the
hands.
last
You ready?
time when was the last time you had hair?
I probably don't need much of haircuts. Just need to do what James does, probably. But
Well, it was that guy.
I mean,
The last story I know
it's
of
a lot
Casey's
cheaper.
haircut was the guy in the shed.
yes,
Oh,
how did you
yeah.
know it, Barry?
The guy
The shed.
in the shed.
I got to revisit the shed story, which is this. So it was during COVID times. I was working night shift and just I've been going to the gym. I was trying to do better, going to the gym. I don't go anymore. I'm gotten lazy.
Watching Hee-Haw at the gym. Gotcha.
Watching me at the gym. But I met this all the barber shops were closed during COVID, and my hair was getting unruly. And this guy that I'd met like once was like, "Hey man, I cut hair in my shed or in my house. You'll just come to my house and I'll cut your hair." And I don't know. I must have been feeling kind of brave that day. So I was like, sure, let's
Wait a
go.
minute. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You knew this guy solely from the gym?
Oh, yeah.
So there's just dude in the gym, and he's like, "Hey, bro, you want a
Who's Jim?
haircut?"
What's up, bro? You want a haircut? And I was like, yeah.
How did this come up? Did he just ask you if you want him to cut your hair?
We might have been talking about how everything was closed. Somehow this gym was still open, but the haircut places were closed. But yeah, we went to his house, and I guess I thought it would be in his house, but he was like, "No, it's back here in the backyard where I keep my lawnmower and stuff." Pretty much. But that guy, he did
Wait.
haircuts. What?
Have you
So who's Jim?
gymnasium?
It's James's nickname, Jim. I was at Jim's house.
That's a short one.
No.
Was
But
this
it-
guy? So he was cutting hair in his shed. Did you go just the one time, or had you gone?
I went several times actually because he was cutting. I guess he was doing pretty good business in his shed there for a while, and good for him. Apparently he I guess he learned by watching YouTube or something. Honestly, but he was really good. And he actually after that he went to barber school, and he's got like his own barber shop now, and he's like killing it, staying busy all the time. So it worked out good for him.
That's really
cutting hair on
Started cutting in my lawnmower.
That's really good for him. But when you were telling that story, here's all that just went through my head was this guy's like, "Come on, I cut hair in my shed." And as you start to walk to your shed, Robert Stack walks out from behind a tree and is like, "And that is the last time Casey was seen on Unsolved Mysteries." Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, any information?
If you have any information, please contact us below at this number.
The barbershop butcher claims another victim.
Yeah. Like that is all I can imagine is just like you're like, okay, and you're just following him to the shed, and Robert Stack steps out from behind a tree.
Maybe I need to make better decisions about stuff. I don't know. It was fine. There was one of my friends was with me, so it wasn't too bad. So he would have had to kill us both, I guess.
Could have been
So
your friend could have been his accomplice.
that's true.
I've got
Yeah,
one.
you didn't know this.
I got you one, man.
Yeah.
I got you another. I got you another.
I got this guy.
He
I got
actually
this guy who thinks he needs a haircut.
he was doing like
He's
business. out of that.
balding. He doesn't need a haircut.
Well, it's like bootlegging, really. If everything's closed and you're the only one doing haircuts.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a moonshine. It was like moonshiner haircuts there or something. I don't know. He was doing pretty good during
I'm
COVID.
real good at cutting hair. I've been practicing on dead bodies. I find.
Dig up out of the graveyard.
Hey, Brosif. Brosif, clean off your morgue clippers. I got one.
More.
He's balding.
Morgue clippers.
Well,
Wow.
You don't need to cut that dead body hair no more.
James,
I got
do you
you a live one.
any ridiculous haircutting stories? I feel like we've all told some kind of ridiculous.
Okay, so here's a ridiculous haircutting story. So back when I went and got haircuts, me and Avery used to go get haircuts, same barber. So one day we go in, I get my haircut. Avery sits down in the chair to get his haircut, and I'm joking with the barber, and I tell him to just leave a spotch of Avery's hair uncut longer than everything else. So he does that. We laugh about it. Mom shows up to pick us up. We pay and leave. So for like a month, Avery had this good square of hair that was about 2 to 3 inches longer than everything else on his head.
Nice.
I didn't get yelled at till about a week later when Mom finally saw it. And everybody was just like, well, James told him to do that, and that was the end of that.
Avery instantly threw you under the bus. I love it.
Yep. I should have heard it coming, but I just didn't.
Maybe I should stop going to the barbers. Maybe that's my distrust of people was when James talked to the barber and was like, "Hey, leave this. I'll put this in Avery's hair."
What I want, Avery, if you stop going to the barber, I want the return of the afro you had when you were like 5.
100%.
That is what I want.
I have a picture.
It doesn't.
If you have the picture of that, send it to me because we were talking about Avery having an afro because my father-in-law had an afro at one point, and we're going to show my daughter them with long hair. So
I'll see if I can find it. My mom has it because Avery and my sister were in the same preschool class.
Yep.
And it's their
Well,
class.
if you do, please
It's
send
their
it to
class
me because
picture.
I've been meaning to show Brittany, and one of our avid listeners also has it, and he can't find it. So
It's yeah, I'm sure Mama's got it somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. But I'll
He's-
put it in the
he's
group
letting me
chat.
down.
We all need to see that.
Yeah,
We all need to have that forever.
Yes.
So
we definitely need that.
My other happening revolves around my air conditioning. So I live in an apartment, and my air conditioning went out this past week, and it was 4,000 degrees.
Is it central air or is it like a window unit?
It's central air.
Okay.
So don't ask me why I thought this or assumed this. I thought my whole building was on one air system. It's just what I thought. So the first day it went out, I didn't report it because I thought somebody else has probably already reported it. But the second day, it was so hot. And you're not going to enjoy this part of the story, but I was laying naked in the bed just trying to cool off. I was like just laying there. And I thought, I'm going to die. This is ridiculous. So,
listeners, please strike that from your memories. We do want you to come back and listen. Do not picture Andrew in that state.
no, I'm bringing the people back in. Don't you worry about that. But
Holodeck,
anyway, so-
delete history.
So the guy came to work on my AC, and I told him what it was doing, and he said, well, it sounds like a compressor. He said, if it's a compressor, I should be done in 10 minutes. I said, great. So I'm working from home, so I'm in here working while he's out working on the AC. And he comes back in, and he says, well, it's not your compressor. He said, I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to track it down. I said, okay. So he comes in and out several times and can't find the problem. So he's got his boss on FaceTime, and they're trying to figure it out. So he goes out again. It was getting hot. I thought, man, I've got to step out on my balcony and cool off. I'm walking on the balcony, and I look down where my AC is, and he's not there. And I'm like looking around, where is the guy? So I see him up from my AC unit, like up in the next set of apartment AC units. And I thought, that's weird. I thought maybe it's like upstairs and downstairs, and they've got them clustered, different or whatever. So I hollered, and I said, it's kind of weird that my AC unit would be up there, wouldn't it? And he turned around and he looked at me and he said, I'm at the wrong damn AC unit.
Oh, no.
He had been working for like an hour and a half on the wrong unit. So he was really nice. He was a cool guy. He told
This
me,
one's running fine.
well, it was. Confusing it, trying to figure out what was wrong with it. So mine was the compressor, but he came up and he said, you seem like you have a good sense of humor. He said, I'm going to tell my boss that it's your fault because you were standing on the wrong balcony. I said, you tell him whatever you have to. He told me 2 dirty jokes and then he left. never to be seen again, like Batman or something. But,
Nice.
I mean, you remember
You
remember the apartment we lived in when we were all in college, and how it had window units for the AC, and that was the only thing we had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, which one was this? Is this the sketchy one?
that's the one where me and Casey lived upstairs and Andrew lived downstairs.
It wasn't sketchy.
Yeah, the
They were just
sketchy
making
one.
adult
Yeah, okay.
videos beside
It wasn't
Casey's
sketchy.
room, that's all.
There's
Yeah,
just people
we had a
arrested.
raging alcoholic that lived there, and some amateur filmmakers.
And you,
I heard some domestic
but then you
violence.
also had the
We had a bunch
You,
of deer.
you had the weirdos down below you.
And next to us.
You had those creepy people that lived down below you guys.
That was
With
Andrew.
that creepy one and that fat
And
one.
he's talking about my roommate.
Oh yeah.
He's mad because my
I
roommate
did put in the fat one.
get out of Casey's bed that night.
Avery was he was a little jealous, I think.
Man, that was.
I saved that night. I'm just gonna throw this out there. That night, I did save Zach's wallet and
Don't use names.
another kid's life.
You're really going to make editing.
500 Zachs.
You really going to make editing so much fun here.
So my roommate loved the Horsemen.
I'm just
Like a lot. And he's such a funny guy, but he was laying in Casey's bed and he would not get out of Casey's bed. So Casey hollered at me to come get him. Like, I'm responsible for this kid. So
Nah.
I drug him out of Casey's room and put him in the figure 4 leg lock and took Casey to get the door locked. And then
He tried to get back in, I'm
he
pretty
tried
sure.
to get back in. And then James, in a really rare act of compassion, said, "You can sleep in here in the floor." So he slept in James's room,
Not in my bed.
curled up at the foot of James's bed like a retriever. It was funny.
Yep. I had like a beanbag or something he was laying on.
Yeah, something.
I just
And then
remember
in the morning, I
that
went
one
by
guy
because
woke
I had to
up
go
and
to
was-
work, and he left his wallet at y'all's apartment, and y'all came in and hit him, took him to breakfast,
Yep.
as you do, you know.
That's how you do it.
I just remember I gave that kid his medicine.
Oh yeah, that guy was
Yeah.
like really sick.
Yeah.
What was that? Cystic
Cystic
fibrosis?
fibrosis. Yep.
Yeah. And his medicine fell out of his pocket into the couch or something.
That's some pills in the couch or something.
Man.
That like 1970s couch. I don't know where we found it at, but we
Oh,
had
yeah.
it.
That was an old school
I forgot.
couch.
What did y'all name the
The
is it a cone?
barrel?
Or a barrel?
The barrel.
Frank, was it Frank or something?
Yeah, it's
Or-
Frank.
Yep.
Yeah, we called
Frank.
it
It was
Frank.
Frank.
Oh man.
We drew your.
Because I remember
somebody drew a jack o' lantern on it.
Yeah.
one night at your guys' new apartment, it was saying the thing, and James was like, "Let's go return this."
Yeah, we
He was
returned it
"Return
like
to where?" He goes, "Back to the apartment that you guys stole it at."
we took it from like
And he went to outside.
we took it
just
from a
borrowed it,
construction site. Like they were doing construction on one of the buildings or something, and we took it from there, and we returned it well after the construction was done. We just set the barrel back.
No,
and was
no,
like,
you didn't.
have a
You
good
didn't.
day.
You took it back to the old apartment and sat on the stoop looking in the sliding glass doors. And you guys knocked on the thing and ran. Because me and James's wife was the getaway drivers.
Oh yeah, we did do that, and then we returned it once the school year was done.
Great
We were
time.
silly.
And that was great times because, like, you know, we were 100% sober during most of that.
That's good.
Wait,
We were
we're just naturally ridiculous.
really good students during that time too.
Oh, yeah. Straight
Really good.
A's.
Ran Aberry's fan page, you know.
We did that mostly. I skipped a lot of German class to make Avery Indiana Jones. So speaking of Indiana Jones, the new Indiana Jones movie came out. None of us have seen that, so we're not going to talk about that. But we did want to go through real quick and just talk about our favorite Indiana Jones movies. So, James, do you want to start us off with your favorite Indiana Jones movie and maybe one moment from the movie that you really enjoyed?
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite Indiana Jones movies is The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Like,
Yeah.
hands down, it's the best
It's a
one.
great one, yeah.
All right.
Great one.
Oh yeah, no questions asked.
What I absolutely love,
It's great with Shia Buffet.
yeah, what I absolutely love about the movie is when they get cornered by the Nazis and they're looking for the journal with the information in it, and it's like, oh, it's not here. It's I sent it to Brody. He's got it, and he blends in. He knows thousands of dialects and everything. You'll never find him. And then it cuts to him in like India, and he can't speak a lick of the language, and he's trying to find people, and he's asking questions, and I mean, he's just a complete buffoon in that. That's one of my favorite parts of that movie.
Absolutely. Well, I also love Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I think what really ties that movie together for me is Sean Connery being in it as Indiana Jones's dad. I thought that was a great casting choice, and I love the part where they've got him, tied up, and the Dr. Schneider leans into Indiana Jones and says, "I can't forget how wonderful it was," and Sean Connery says, "It was rather wonderful." I think that was just cool. But I love that they put him in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull as Indiana Jones's dad.
Yep.
Casey?
I do have to point out one flaw in that movie, in the Crystal Skull.
Okay.
Indiana Jones would not survive a nuclear bomb in that refrigerator. Just wouldn't.
You're probably right. But Casey, what's your favorite Indiana Jones movie in a moment from it?
Definitely Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And my favorite scene was where, he was fighting this big muscular Nazi come out, and they had a fight around an airplane.
Yes.
And, the airplane propellers are spinning. The guy don't look behind him, and he ducks like this, and the guy gets hit with the propellers. Definitely my favorite scene from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
It's a good one. Hey, Barry, what's your favorite scene from the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Well, my favorite scene is one that... Oh, sorry. My favorite movie is the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. My favorite scene from that movie is the one that lives down in infancy, as in Indiana Jones is supposed to have this battle in the street, has like beat people with a whip and combat knives, and supposed to have this big knife fight, but he has such bad diarrhea offset that he was so weak that scene turned from being like a 10-minute fight scene to 2 seconds, because the big guy comes out and he just draws his pistol and shoots him. Best scene.
That might be the
That's
best
a great
scene
scene
in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So
Which is-
we all agree that that's our favorite.
That's our favorite.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
it had all those great characters in it. Sean Connery.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It's
Sean
kinda hard.
Connery.
Short
That's
round.
all it is right there. Short round.
It didn't have Shiloh Faye.
No, he wasn't in it. But speaking of short round, we've got a little bit of business to take care of, and then we're going to see how short round would do against the Heart Kid.
Yeah. That's it. Everybody's favorite segment's back.
So stay tuned after this message for Heart Kid versus Short Round.
Man, Barry, you smell great.
Thanks, Casey. I've been using that great smelling soap and deodorant from Dr. Squatch.
I wished I smelled as good as you do.
You can, Casey. You fool. All you have to do is place an order with Dr. Squatch and use my affiliation code, Norman Club, with 2 B's, not 1, to get 10% off your first order.
That's right, everyone. Use the code Norman Club with 2 B's to get 10% off your first order from Dr. Squatch. And remember, feel like a man, smell like Norman.
Chinwag with the Horsemen is not sponsored by Dr. Squatch. However, this commercial contains an affiliate code to products. We may receive a commission for purchase made through the code.
And we're back. Thank you for listening to that message from Dr. Squatch. I know Aberry appreciates it, probably most of all. Now, as promised, we've got our famous segment, Heart Kid Versus. And this time it's Heart Kid versus Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Just some information here. The Heart Kid is 12 years old, and Short Round is 9 years old. And of course, they do meet in a WWE style ring with a cage around it. There's no escape. You have to incapacitate your opponent. These two will come in and they will immediately recognize each other as a threat, and they will try to fight each other. So they're not going to be friends. They're not going to decide that they don't need to fight. They're going to fight. So, James, you want to start us off with what your thought is on Heart Kid versus Short Round?
Well, it seems like it'd be a pretty even kind of battle because it's a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old duking it out. I mean, both of them are orphans. We saw that. I think I'm going to give the edge to Short Round because, like, when he's first met with Indiana, he's like a pickpocket, so he's doing everything he can to survive. And I know Indy teaches him like survival skills, and he's not really afraid of anything per se. And I just feel like the Heart Kid, was plucked and given the ring and just kind of sort of coddled a little bit by Gaia. And so I think Short Round would be able to definitely have the edge in like combat skills and survival skills to incapacitate the Heart Kid.
That's great. Hey, Barry, what are your thoughts on Heart Kid versus Short Round?
Okay, can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Are we saying that they are in like a Hell in a Cell kind of
Structure.
arena where there's like a gap where they can get on the outside of the thing and like mess around on the outside of the ring?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I would say no. I would say it's just a cage match, but there's no escape. You have to incapacitate your opponent.
Well, but you don't have an escape in that. You just have extra room on the outside.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Does the extra room factor into who you think would win?
Yes.
Okay, then go ahead with extra room. That's fine.
Because then Short Round has his expertise of being able to go in through tunnels. So he's under the ring, popping out, hitting Monty with something, then popping back in, and then popping up on the other side.
It's true.
So,
Somebody getting a DoorDash?
No.
who's there? That's what Monty's head's gonna be doing after Short Round pops out and hits him with a candle.
So you say Short Round has the advantage if there's extra space for him to maneuver.
Well, yes, because I think if it's in a confined, like a steel cage, I think it'd just be an even match. Because the ring won't work. Short Round could probably pickpocket the ring and use it as a weapon to punch Monty in the head with it.
That's a good point.
But I mean, I feel like in a steel cage match, it would just be they're gonna knock each other out.
Okay. So you think in a straight match it's a wash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
that's interesting.
All right, I'm gonna wait till Andrew and Casey go, but I have another point to bring up, and maybe one of you two will bring up this point as well. But if not, I've got a point.
Okay, sure. Casey, what do you think?
So Short Round he's 9 years old. Heart Kid is 12 years old. So Heart Kid's probably a little bigger than Short Round, but we know that Short Round has some survival skills. He can fight a little bit. He can drive a car at 9 years with blocks on his feet or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it goes to Short Round. I don't think Heart Kid has much of a chance. Even though Heart Kid's a little older, bigger, I think Short Round can whoop him.
Okay. So I'm going to agree. I'm going to give it to Short Round, and I have a specific reason why. And it comes back to them both being orphans and how they were orphaned. Okay. So Short Round's parents were killed in a Japanese bombing of Shanghai in 1932. So Short Round has seen the horrors of Japanese war in World War II. He survived bombings and grown up on the streets. The Heart Kid's parents were killed in a political protest. During political unrest. So I don't think that Heart Kid would receive the kind of survival skills that Short Round would receive. I think Short Round's seen some stuff, and I don't think the Heart Kid has. So my thought is that Short Round is probably not at all opposed to violence. He would. I love the idea that Avery had of him pickpocketing the ring off of the Heart Kid and using it as like brass knuckles. I love that. I think that's awesome. So I give it to Short Round based on his survival of World War II era Japanese bombings.
Okay, so you guys didn't bring this up, but in Temple of Doom, Short Round does fight the little Maharaja. And I don't know how old that kid is. I was just trying to look up and see how old he was. But, Short Round easily handles the Maharaja. And even handles, full-grown adults. And he takes on Indiana at one point and frees him from the, mind spell, the curse or whatever that was put on him. So if Short Round can get a torch, Heart Kid is definitely in trouble. But he beats up the Maharaja, the little Maharaja, quite handily. So I've got a feeling, Short Round would definitely be able to take Heart Kid.
So the Maharaja was
it wouldn't be.
He was born in 1922, so in Temple of Doom, he's 13.
Okay, so yeah, he's a year older than Heart Kid, and Short Round easily mops the floor with him.
That's true.
So
Short Round's got it.
Well, and the closeness of the space, that's the only thing is because if I remember, in Temple of Doom, it wasn't well, we're going to shove you in this room, we unlock the door, fight. They had a big moving area.
I mean, him and the little Maharaja, they kind of fight in a little bit of a confined space. I mean, it's in the mind. With the rail cars and stuff, so that's kind of a confined-ish area.
So
yeah, but I feel like he used the weapon.
So I agree about the Maharaja's age. I think it's a very good point that we've seen him fight somebody older than Heart Kid. However, I would think the Maharaja.
Yeah, but didn't he hit the kid in the head with a shovel?
I don't know, but I would think honestly that Heart Kid could take the Maharaja because he's pampered and
He's like a spoiled kid, right?
Yeah, and he's sort of.
I mean, he's sneaky. He's sneaky because he pulls that dagger at one point and tries to stab Short Round with it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, I think
he could just play it up as I'm an innocent little don't worry about me. I'm a royal spoiled little brat. And then he just pulls that dagger out and stabs Heart Kid, and that's the end of it. Because, the dagger was part of his headdress, wasn't it?
I think so.
So, yeah, he just pulls it out and stabs him. Or, he makes him a real quick voodoo doll, because that's what he did with Indy. And, he just goes to work on the Heart Kid voodoo doll. So, I think, extra bonus Heart Kid versus here, the Maharaja. I think the little Maharaja beats the Heart Kid based on his voodoo skills and his sneakiness.
Eh.
Let me see. I'm trying to find.
Well, but he's evil, so the ring wouldn't work.
Yeah, the ring wouldn't work, so that would just make, Mati a mute point. Like, he's just trying to do hand-to-hand combat, and he doesn't have any of that.
Man.
But I'm just saying, I think I'm now watching fight scenes from Indiana Jones.
Me too. I'm trying to find this one of the short round.
So I have the one where he's about to fight the Maharaj.
Mahara.
And Andy's fighting the giant Indian.
Yeah.
What do you
Mine
think,
won't load.
Casey?
I've got that pulled up, but it won't load.
I'm thinking that. We were trying.
hold on. I'm gonna get to it.
Kid, but he just can't. He's just overmatched by both these guys.
Yeah.
He's definitely overmatched.
Okay, so he's going up. He's going up the water wheel.
I mean, I think the little Maharaja, he has the voodoo doll. He could easily make one of Heart Kid, so that would be a big plus right there in his winning column. So
Okay, a good
So
chokehold.
Basically, he puts the Maharaja in a sleeper hold.
hey, there you go.
And tackles
Yeah.
him.
He's got some combat abilities. I'm telling you.
So he's
Oh, he elbowed him in the
hold
stomach,
on.
too.
He's got to get the knife out.
He gets it. Yeah,
Good elbow.
I'd say short round could easily defeat. Seeing this combat prowess here with the sleeper hold and the elbow, I would say. Short round takes Heart Kid easy.
Well, but
I mean, listed on the Indiana
I'm just
Jones
gonna throw
wiki
this out
page,
there.
it's got short
Oh,
rounds
they some
profession.
good right hands.
It's got short rounds profession as pickpocket and bodyguard on the Indiana Jones wiki page. So you don't get to be considered a
got some-
bodyguard if you're a slouch.
No, you don't.
That's true. Even if you're just 9 years old.
Even if you're just an okay bodyguard, you're probably still able to take the average man.
Yeah.
He's got some good right hands.
And
Like
from what
he's
we've established,
knocking the crap out of the.
the average man could probably defeat the Heart Kid at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Alright, so-
I do want to point something out though. It has to be because I don't think if he was a straight up fight, because when he took down the evil kid, he went up behind him and snuck up on him.
Yeah.
So I think it has to be because in a steel cage he can't sneak up on Monty.
I still say he beats him.
I still say he beats him. Like
I still say that he probably beats him, but I'm just saying like it would be a little bit of a tougher fight.
It would be more. Yeah, it would be more than the Maharaja, but
yeah,
not by
but-
much.
not by much. Yeah,
but
I mean,
if you change up Arena and put them in the Hell in Cell, Hot
You
Kid
think-
easily takes it.
Heart Kid takes it if they're in the Hell in a Cell.
No, sorry. Short round.
I was
Short
about
round.
to say.
I was about to say there ain't no way Heart Kid takes it.
Okay, so I think we pretty well know how this is going to go. But last vote, final vote. James,
Oh, short round.
Casey,
Short round.
Barry,
Short round.
and I say short round. So another unanimous victory for, or a unanimous defeat for the Heart Kid.
For the Heart Kid, yeah. All right,
What's
how about this?
Record
How like 0-15 or something.
now. He's like the reverse Goldberg.
Yeah, it's like Gilbert.
It's like Gilbert.
It depends on how many Tiny Tims you count.
Ah, that's a good one.
Gilbert
Gilbert versus Hot Kid.
That would be a good one.
Oh,
He's-
that might be a future episode.
Oh, that's
We might need
Gilbert
to-
there.
We might need help from our listeners to find somebody that could get defeated by the Heart Kid,
We'd love to hear. Yeah, if you've got an idea of who you want,
or just good entertaining ideas.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
entertainment.
Send them
We
in.
really do not
Oh.
care. We'll make it
enjoy
anybody and
I just
everything
caught one.
because we just had Heart Kid versus Short Round and the Little Maharaja. So
From Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of
Dude,
the
we should
Crystal
do Wile E. Coyote.
Skull. Wile E. Coyote.
Apparently, every scene from Indiana Jones happened in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Is what we
that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's the greatest movie.
I want to say, in case people have gotten angry, that because nerds get filled with rage, but that was obviously a joke. We know that not all of those scenes were in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but I hope you laughed and didn't rage quit the podcast.
Hopefully you've made it to this point.
Shia
LaBeouf.
How do we pronounce his last name?
Shia LaBeouf.
Do not get upset because I call you by a wrong name.
I really don't
Please
think
stop
he's
ruining
listening.
my
The
childhood.
chances of Shia LaBeouf ever hearing this
Please stop.
are pretty long.
Yeah.
Please stop ruining my childhood.
Quit calling us Shia LaBeouf. You can't
Stop
be
saying
on
onto movies that ruins my childhood.
No, we will not have you on this podcast.
We won't. It ain't
Not
happening.
today, not tomorrow.
Sorry.
It's not going to happen.
Just quit asking.
I don't care how much method acting you do. It's not happening.
All right. Well, I've enjoyed this. I
Just
hope
stop ruining my childhood.
Oh my
It's,
gosh.
it's,
Eric.
it's been a good
Eric's
episode.
childhood,
Oh.
his poor
This is
childhood, the angst. So
Indiana Jones.
This has been a good one. Yeah, none of us have watched.
He did.
Indiana Jones,
And
but-
think about it.
Seen the new movie yet?
Yep. We've
Don't
not seen
know.
the new one yet.
And Shia
Don't know if
LaBeouf
it's
is
any
not
good or not.
welcome on this podcast because he ruined Avery's childhood. So he's not welcome here.
He's still.
Transformers used to be good.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, wow.
All right, Avery. Any final thoughts for Mr. Shia LaBeouf or anything in general?
Just stop ruining my childhood.
The damage is already done. Everybody.
Stop saying on movies with Michael Bay.
Casey, any final thoughts?
No,
No.
just Heart Kid. We're gonna have to have some help to find somebody that can, be that Heart Kid can defeat.
Yeah.
It's
so.
hard. It's harder than you would think.
James, any thoughts?
Nope.
All right. Well, listen. Be sure if you use Dr. Squatch, be sure to use Avery's affiliate code Norman Club. That's spelled with 2 B's. You don't want to forget that. That's important. You can
Yep.
smell like
Not
Avery.
one, two.
Not 1 B.
Feel like a man, smell like Norman.
Feel like a man. Smell like Norman. All right. Well, Casey, if the folks want to reach us by email and give us some of those Heart Kid suggestions, what email would they send?
It's Chinwag with Horseman at gmail.com.
That's right. James, if they wanted to tweet at us, how would they do that? Where can we be found on the Twitter machine?
We're found at Chinwag Horseman.
Beautiful. Hey, Barry, I know you got the advantage right here. If they were going to YouTube us, where would they YouTube us?
At YouTube. Chinwag with the Horsemen.
There it is.
There it is.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Well, for Chinwag with the Horseman, I'm Andrew.
I'm Mayberry.
I'm James.
And I'm Casey.
Thanks for listening.